Okay, well, I thought this was kind of interesting, and it sort of leaked out. It's kind of this thing that a lot of people are talking about right now, and clearly, we're going to have to do one of these things where we have to wonder what happens if this could potentially be a situation where Xbox has new hardware that we didn't even know about before, right? Like, Microsoft's made it pretty clear they aren't interested in doing a Xbox Series X Pro or whatever, and I can't say that I blame them. Having the last 7 years be the most powerful console and not really do anything hasn't really helped their fortunes at all. There's a ton of other reasons, I think, but at the end of the day, people are going to run with, oh man, GTA 6. I mean, wasn't Red Dead Redemption 2 best on Xbox One X? And it wasn't, that game didn't release on PC right away for a while. And so Xbox One X had the best place to play that game. It was native 4K, ran beautifully because Rockstar, they do good work. And, nobody cared. Like, I don't understand the thought process behind people thinking that if Xbox magically had a mid-gen refresh, that it was going to be doing some kind of great thing. So, I don't really look at it in that perspective, but it looks like there could be something happening because a new Xbox developer kit was rated in South Korea. So a new Xbox dev kit was rated, first found and reported by Xbox News for Koreans. This new Xbox dev kit was approved on March 18th with the model number 2089. The kit was manufactured in China and Vietnam. So under the laws in Korea, all electronic devices in Korea must be certified by the National Radio Research Agency, and there is no risk of harming the radio wave environment. Now, Xbox News for Koreans posted, without getting certified, you can't use the device in Korea. But with approval from the agency, the device is now able to be used in the country and is likely to be distributed to game developers in Korea soon. Whether this is a next-gen Xbox or the long-rumored mid-gen refresh of the console remains to be seen. However, it is further proof to the notion made by Microsoft that the Series X and S consoles weren't going to be the company's last systems. The latest Xbox console rumors have centered around an all-digital white console, Xbox Series X, set to launch this summer. Microsoft, however, has yet to comment on the rumors or respond to multiple requests for comment on the system itself. For what it's worth, the Xbox Series X and S dev kits were released in South Korea in June of 2020, ahead of the console's November 2020 launch, so a few months before the actual launch themselves. Now, a lot of people are talking about this, like wondering what it means. You wouldn't need a new dev kit for a refresh that's going to be the same console but just digital, right? Like, so an Xbox Series X that is going to be able to be white without a disk drive, you're not going to need that, So looking more into kind of what's going on, the PlayStation 5 Pro clearly has been the talk of the week for hardware. Various outlets reported specs for the rumored PS5 Pro, and there's been an investigation taking place within Sony regarding how the leak occurred. Listen, as someone who got leaks on the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X ahead of time, it's easy how they got that, because once you start giving them to third-party developers, especially some of the lower-level third-party developers, they don't really have any kind of binding reason not to share the information, as long as you're not sharing the actual pages that are within, because the pages have these little numbers on them that are developer numbers. So each developer has their own number, and these little things that kind of show up across the screen. So if you were to show that, they would be able to track down who got them and who gave them away. But so people aren't going to share those kind of things. But anyway, it's been very quiet on the Xbox front, at least until now. We have our own speculations to make. Again, this new XDK has passed the National Radio Research Agency certification, but why is that a big deal? So according to that, you have to be certified through there, and so these are one of the things why it's harder and harder to have things that don't leak, because you have all these different situations where things like this will leak out because they have to, because you have to make it news and known if something passes like a certification and things like that. So I'm going to link the articles in the description. You can check it out as well. It can only be guessed what it could be by any number of rumored projects in works, like the Xbox handheld or an all-digital Xbox Series X, although like I said, that possibility is probably not great because Xbox Series X all digital wouldn't need a new XDK. So anyway, another possibility with less plausibility is an Xbox Series X Pro. Based on Sarah Bond's comments during the recent business update, it's not likely to be a next-gen console. As she mentioned, a new device will be shown this holiday, whereas a next-gen console will be available years later. There's a lot of fans that are kind of eager for a Pro. We see that on social media, joined by other fans like me who really couldn't care less. The main argument is playing the all-power consuming GTA 6 on a device capable of running at 60 FPS, and what many are guessing could be another genre-defining entry in the series. Why wouldn't you want to play it in the best possible system, especially since there's no PC release? You know, listen, a lot of people are going to feel one way or the other, but if rumors are to be believed, the PS5 Pro is launching with a modified RDNA 3.0, not RDNA 4, rumored to be releasing this fall with a new lineup of AMD cards. It's also using the same CPU with only a 10% bump in clock speed. If you want something new, you know, it's like you want some new technology. You know, a lot of people are talking about new technology, like what's the difference of a slightly faster, you know, Xbox Series X or PS5? Like, it really doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of system to do something like that. You know, again, because it's the same thing. Right? Like we already have those. So like, does it really make a lot of sense? And to be honest with you, and I've mentioned this numerous times, like we haven't, this goes for both Xbox and PlayStation, and I'll die on this hill. It makes zero sense to do another console because you haven't given us really a ton of reasons to buy the current consoles, right? Like there just has not been that amazing reason to go out and just play and buy these new consoles. Like it doesn't, they're just, that thing isn't there yet, you know? So I hope that we see Microsoft do more hardware in the future, but I mean, I think they've kind of ruined themselves a little bit with this whole idea that they're giving their games away and things like that. That's like a Pandora's box, unfortunately. And so I don't even know, even if they would come out with new hardware, is that going to drive some type of excitement back to the brand? You see that the brand is kind of fractured. And I know people will go, oh, well, social media is one thing or whatever. There's, you know, obviously not everybody feels this way, but at the end of the day, we live in a world that's a lot different than it was 20 years ago, right? So everybody's on social media, and these stories go everywhere. So they would go to Twitter, Facebook, you know, Instagram, TikTok, all the places that people, even if you're a casual gamer, would hear about these games and stuff, you know? So for me, that's how I kind of look at it. It's like people know what's going on, but is there ever going to be a reason to get excited about Xbox hardware again? There could be a reason. This could be one. I mean, if you go a handheld route that natively is a native Xbox situation, that could possibly get people excited if you actually had exclusives and things like that to put on it. I think that could be something that actually does work, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think, though. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.